Happy Friday. I have another 4 palettes and I created 4 looks and we're going to break everything down. So if you guys are interested, just keep watching. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Karen Harris. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on YouTube. I love eyeshadow palettes. That's my favorite thing. I have a massive eyeshadow palette collection. So if you like to see videos about new eyeshadow palettes, old eyeshadow palettes, just eyeshadow palettes all day long, then this is the place for you. Highly recommend subscribing, turning on the bell so you're notified every time I post. And without further blabbering, let's get into it. Okay, we've got a lot to chat about. 4 palettes means a lot of information. So let's start off with the first palette that I'm going to do a look with in this video. It is the Wicked Widow Tales of Terror A Haunting palette. And this palette has 15 shades. It's got 8 matte shades and 7 shimmers. And this one retails for $58. I believe this is currently available on the Wicked Widow website. I will link everything down below. There's going to be timestamps. All of the things to help you find everything you need very easily. Now, this palette is part of a collection. They didn't send me the collection, they just sent me the eyeshadow palette, which is perfectly fine. And I have swatches and close-ups, so let's go ahead and take a look. So I will say I love this color story. I believe this is a Halloween collection from Wicked Widow, but this color story is just like something I would wear every day. So we have the shade Flickering Lights, which is a beautiful matte. Gargoyle is a beautiful light green shimmer shade. Decaying Leaves is a matte orange. Dark Void is a beautiful mid-tone shimmery green. 31 is a nice dark brown. October Ghost is a beautiful purpley blue shifty duochrome shade. Midnight Fright is a beautiful light orange. Superstition is a beautiful kind of like bronzy coppery shimmer shade. Mysterious Moon is a beautiful mid-tone brown. Shadows is a beautiful shimmery orange. Creepy Crawlers is a beautiful mucky green shade. And then we have Silent Soul, which is a beautiful, another coppery purple kind of shade. Autumn Dreams is a dark purple shade. Spooky Nights is a beautiful metallic purple. And then we have Nevermore, which is a beautiful grungy green shade. So lots of great kind of Halloween colors in this collection. Like I said, this is part of a bigger makeup collection. So the collection consists of a highlighter, a blush, and some lipsticks as well. So all the ingredients are on the back of the palette, and it says the net weight is 22.5 grams. And yeah, that's pretty much everything that I wanted to tell you guys about this palette. So let's go ahead and chat about the next palette I tried in this bunch, which is the Spellcraft palette from Lethal Cosmetics. I was so excited for this one. I don't know if you'll be able to tell in the video, but the eyeshadows in this palette are like the most perfect, sparkly New Year's Eve kind of palette. So it was a fun change up from what I've seen Lethal do in a while. So love this, kind of love the packaging as well. It's a little bit different. This palette also had a collection attached. So they had 3 mascaras, which I did not want to get because I don't like the Lethal mascara formula, but they did send me everything else was a part of the collection. So let me show those to you really quick. So I used the liquid lipstick in the video, and this is a beautiful black liquid lipstick. It's opaque, it's matte, it didn't budge. So I'm super excited to have a really solid matte black liquid lipstick in my collection. And then we have these beautiful multi-chrome eyeliners. So I'm just going to swatch these quick. I haven't swatched all of them. I only used one in my eye look. So this first shade comes in a pink packaging, and this is the shade Aurora, and it's like a purpley color with a beautiful green shift to it. So I'm so excited to have these in my collection because I just love a good eyeliner. So very excited about that. I think this is the shade I used in my eye look. It is, oh, these are all called Aurora, my bad. What is this color then? I'm so blind. Ooh, I can't see. Okay, so sorry, they're all called Aurora, so never mind. But this is in like the gold packaging, and it's a beautiful like iridescent shade, and it has like a green shift to it. I'll show them to you after I'm done swatching them all. Then we have the blue. This looks so pretty. Ooh, this is like a minty blue with a green shift. That is so gorgeous. And then we have a kind of like pinky packaging. Ooh, this is pretty. It's like a green to purple shift. And then the last one is in this beautiful green packaging. Ooh, it's a blue, a very pigmented blue with another green shift to it. So these are gorgeous. They definitely feel a little bit hard right now, but I think that now that I've warmed them up, they should go in the waterline pretty easily. But I'll try and zoom in just to make it easier for you guys to see this. But I just wanted to swatch those for you because I didn't do like close-up swatches or anything. And now let me go ahead and show you close-ups of the palette so you guys can hear a little bit more about these eyeshadows and the collection in general. So the Aura multi-chrome liners retail for $14 each, or you can get a bundle for $63. The lipstick is $17 and this eyeshadow palette is $49. It's currently on pre-order. So it says it's an enchanting 15-pan eyeshadow palette inspired by the mysterious allure of magic books, featuring a beautifully deep and moody color story that consists of rich mattes and shiny metals and transformative multi-chromes. This creates the most spellbinding looks. This palette has 7 shimmers and 8 mattes as well, same as the Wicked Widow. Let me describe the shades to you as best as I can. So the first shade is Familiar, which is just a bone colored matte. Hex is a beautiful iridescent shade. Arcane is a mauve matte. Contour is a beautiful duochrome shade that has like a purpley gray vibe. Amulet is a matte cool tone brown. Tarot is a beautiful purpley blue multichrome. Summon is a beautiful mid-tone brown. Elemental is a beautiful silver. Rune is a beautiful burgundy shade. Incantation is a beautiful purpley shade as well. Cauldron is a beautiful burgundy matte. And then we have Eldritch, which is a beautiful coppery shade. That one was so beautiful in the swatches as well. Sentence is a beautiful red, kind of dark red shade. Occult is a beautiful coppery shade as well. And then Raven is a beautiful black shade. So those are all the close-ups and swatches of the Spellcraft palette. Now let's chat about the Urban palette from Artitude Cosmetics. So this one is sold out right now on their website, which I'm so excited about because Artitude is a smaller indie brand, and I'm so excited that their palette did well, that they sold out. So this retails for $52, and there is a pre-order right now. So this palette has 11 mattes, 1 holographic shade, 2 soft duochromes, and 2 high foil shadows as well. So on their website it says, discover the Urban Neutrals eyeshadow palette, a modern cool tone dream which features 16 shades ranging from soft creams, beiges, and browns to smoky grays and deep blues. Each velvety smooth formula blends effortlessly, offering both matte and shimmer finishes to create endless looks, from understated daytime elegance to sultry city chic glam. Perfect for the on-the-go modern minimalist or the bold trendsetter. This palette is your ultimate companion for effortless style. So yeah, I think this is such a cool, interesting color story. There's also the vintage neutral palettes that they came out with at the same time as this one. So they launched 2 palettes. And honestly, these palettes are so underrated because I think the color stories are just so interesting. I feel like we've seen a lot of purpley blue palettes, especially cool tone ones this year, but this one is a little bit extra special. So I love this one a lot. And then last but certainly not least, we're going to talk about the Spellbound collection from Jolie Beauty. So I'm so excited because I bought so many palettes from them. I bought palettes from all of these brands, but I was so excited to receive this one in PR just as much as I was excited about all the other palettes as well. But look at it, it's just so big. So this is a 28 pan eyeshadow palette and it retails for $55. They also sent me some parts to this collection. So I have some products I've never tried from Jolie Beauty before. I'm wearing the liquid lipstick. This is in the shade Spellbound, and this retails for $20. And then they also so kindly sent me 2 of their liquid eyeshadows, which I'm so pumped about because I've never tried liquid shadows from Jolie. And oh my gosh, this is so pigmented. So this shade is called Malevolent. Malevolent? I don't know, am I saying that right? And this one retails for $18. And then we have the shade Alchemy, and this one's a little bit more. This one retails for $22, and it's a beautiful like iridescent purple shade. So that's really cool. And then they sent me a Chameleon Cream eyeshadow. I don't want to open this, but it is a beautiful shade, and this one retails for $24. I'll put up a little picture in case you guys are curious, but that was really fun to receive like other parts of the collection. So let me tell you really quick a little bit more about this palette, show you the swatches and the close-ups as well. It was a lot to swatch this one because it's kind of a big boy here. This palette is also on pre-order, and the estimated shipping date is January 15th. It says, without darkness, there is no light. Dive into the enchanting world of the Spellbound palette where the mythical realms of dark and light magic converge. This captivating palette explores the delicate balance between opposing forces, celebrating the truth that within each of us lies both shadow and light, and that one cannot exist without the other. Inspired by the universal law of balance, the Spellbound palette features a mesmerizing array of textures designed to evoke the mystical allure of magic. Each shade in this palette is crafted to embody the enchanting dance between darkness and light, offering shades and textures that reflect this eternal duality. So this palette is vegan and cruelty-free. So now that you've seen all the swatches, now that you've heard all the details, let's go ahead and roll into the eye looks. I'm going to start off with the first palette from Wicked Widow Beauty. I'm so excited. I'm filming with the Wicked Widow Halloween palette. I got this one a little later, but they did send it in PR, so I definitely wanted to include it in a video before the year ended. And I think I'm going to do a green look because, let's be real, green is my love. So I'm very excited. It's probably going to be pretty simple, but this palette, there's a lot of pressure because their last Halloween collection, their Crow palette, was so good. I love that one so much. And I think it was my favorite palette of October last year. So I have very high expectations for this one. So we have some really pretty shimmers here that are green, and then two kind of more murky looking matte shades. So I'm going to go into the one called Creepy Crawlers. I think that's going to be my crease shade, but these definitely swatch beautifully, so I have really high expectations of this look. So I'm just taking that shade and just blending it into my crease. Feels like I haven't worn makeup in forever, so I'm super excited to be sitting down. I really am so glad you guys enjoyed my last 4 palettes video, so I already have the 4 palettes that I'm going to include in this next round as well. Hopefully I won't have any more palettes heading my way, although I just realized now that I'm lying because I know the Singe palette is on its way to me, and I know the Not Normal palette. I ended up buying it on the Unearthly website because they sent me a coupon. They like randomly send out coupons, and so I got one and I was like, well, let me see if this works on the Not Normal. And I didn't really need it, but I love the new format that Unearthly is doing, and I just feel like that palette has so many beautiful greens, so I wanted to get my hands on it. But that shade is beautiful. It is like perfectly pigmented. It's not like overly pigmented, but it also like builds up really nicely. So I feel like I could just sit here and blend this green into my crease forever. So that's kind of what I'm doing now. But I want to use these 2 green shimmers on my eyes. So I'm going to put the lighter one on the inner corner called Gargoyle. That's going to go on the inner corner. And then the shade called Dark Void is going to go on the outer corner. And I think I'm going to finish it off with this purpley brown or this brown shade called 31. We'll see what I end up deciding putting on the outer corner, but let's go ahead and get into the lid work. So I love these Sigma brushes. I don't know what this one's called. It's the E55. It's like the perfect paddle brush for shimmers. And what I love about it is the hairs are kind of like tapered, so they pick up shadow really nicely. You can pick up a lot of eyeshadow with these brushes, so I love that about this brush. And I think this is like a holiday edition brush. I was thinking about it today and I realized like Sigma didn't do a holiday collection, or I haven't seen one. So I'm assuming they're not doing a holiday collection this year, which I'm so used to them doing like the cute little limited edition sets and packaging. So I'm definitely missing that, or maybe it's still coming. I don't know. I haven't seen anything. So there's that, but let's also be real. There has been like no shortage of makeup, so I really shouldn't be saying like, oh, what happened here? What happened there? Anyways, I'm just putting this shade on. It's a lot lighter than I thought it was gonna be, but I think the other shade is really light, so it'll look pretty contrasting on my eyelids. I'm just gonna flip the brush and go into Gargoyle, which definitely has like bigger particle sparks, and this one's a duochrome shade. It's got a beautiful flip from like green to orange. It might even be a trio chrome. It's very sparkly. I kind of just want to put that on top of the shade Dark Void because it's so pretty. Okay, I'm just gonna do my best to blend those two together. Cute. So pretty and so sparkly. I'm just going to take this blending brush from Sigma. I believe this is an E25, and I'm going to go into 31. And I'm just going to pop a little bit of that shade on the outer corner just to deepen things up on the edge here. You don't have to do this. I just really love a smoky outer corner. I feel like it just makes the look just a little bit more dramatic. And so I love to throw a dark shade in the outer corner. And then I'm just going to take this Sonia G brush I was using earlier with Creepy Crawlers, and I'm just going to... Okay, and then I'm going to go in with the shimmer shade. And there's this really pretty color called October Ghost here. It's like a purpley shade. And I think I'm just going to pop just the lightest bit of that color on this edge right here, just to add just a little bit more dimension to the outer corner. That's such a cute shade. It's like a purpley green blue, also like either multi-chrome or a duochrome. So that's basically the look. It's kind of smoky, it's a little messy. I'm just gonna line the lower lash line quick and I'll finish up this look, and I'll be right back to tell you what else is on my face. And that'll be that. Okay, friends, so here is the finished look. I will say for the rest of my makeup, I was heavily inspired by the Pantone Color of the Year Mocha Mousse. I'm so excited. I feel like this is the first shade I've actually been really excited about because I feel like it's just such a great shade for women of color. And I, of course, can't speak for everybody, but with my tan complexion, I just love that shade. And I can't wait to see if brands come out with shades of lipstick, blush, all the things that are inspired by Mocha Mousse, because I think it's going to be great. So let me tell you really quick what is on my face today. I did film like the lip and the blush and everything for an Instagram reel, so you should see that. But I'll start off with my powder since it's so riveting. I've just been reaching for the Makeup by Mario powder. I picked this up during the Sephora sale and it's been great. I'm also wearing my Chanel bronzer, the cream one. I've been trying to use that up a bit. And then I also have had this e.l.f. Lash and Roll mascara in my to try pile forever. I decided to switch things up and I actually bought this in a brown shade. So I decided that since I was doing Mocha Mousse shade things, I would wear the brown mascara. So far, I really like how this mascara separates my lashes, but I do wish it gave me a little bit more volume, but it's not the end of the world. I'm wearing the Sephora highlighter in the shade Sparkling Honey. Picked that up during the Sephora sale as well. Been reaching for my Sigma color corrector a ton. For foundation, I'm wearing the Easy Blur foundation from Huda, and this is in the shade 430 and Gingerbread. My concealer is one of my favorites for the year. This is the Danessa Myricks Lift and Flex Concealer, and I have this in the shade 10. For my powder bronzer, I'm wearing Caramel from the Benefit Hoola line. I love this shade of bronzer for me. And then my lip combo is Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil Extreme in the shade Limitless Brown. I'm always struggling to find that shade. And then for my perfect brown, Mocha Mousse inspired lip. This is Equestrian from Merit, and I love this formula. This is their matte lipstick formula, and it's so pigmented and beautiful, and I love wearing the shade Equestrian. And then for blush, I'm really excited for you guys to see this reel because I paired Dior's Bronze Glow with Mahogany, and I really feel like I cannot pull off the shade Mahogany. I feel like it literally looks like I'm rubbing dirt on my face. I'm not really sure how to wear this alone. I'm trying really hard to apply it lightly, but I think I managed to salvage it by adding Bronze Glow on top. I think it just kind of diffuse that mahogany shade a little bit. So if you're looking for some fun brown shades to experiment with, I would recommend checking these two blushes out from Dior. Obviously there's tons of other brown blushes out there, but I just wanted to highlight these because I haven't used them a ton, especially Mahogany. I just got that. So that is everything I used to create this look. Now let's go ahead and get into a look with another palette. Okay, so I have the Lethal Spellcraft collection, and we're going to film a look with this palette. I also have the liners and the liquid lipsticks. Hopefully you guys saw swatches of everything. This palette swatched so beautifully. I can't wait to put it on my eyes. Still debating what kind of look to do. I was thinking I should do a gray look because I always do purples and greens, blues, basically avoiding all the cool tones. So I thought maybe I could use this shade, and this shade, and create a pretty simple look. You can obviously substitute any of the metallics in this palette for the silver shade. I will say the silver one is the most kind of ordinary shade because everything else kind of has a shift to it or is a multi-chrome like this one. So we'll see. Maybe I'll change my mind. Who knows? But let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to reach for this shade called Amulet, and I'm going to start with that on the crease. This seems like the perfect palette for New Year's because it has so many beautiful sparkly shadows that would be perfect for a smoky look. I'm going to grab this shade called Arcane and use that to buff out the Amulet shade. It's kind of like a mauve-y shade. I think I decided I'm going to change my mind and turn this into like a smoky eye. And my trick with smoky eyes is to keep the cool tones really close to the eye socket. And so I'm using Arcane to kind of build up my crease a little bit because I have very deep set eyes. So I like to bring my eyeshadow above my socket so you can like see it when my eyes are open. And so I'm just trying to blend that gray out a little bit, make it just a little bit softer. And then when I put the black, I'm just gonna lay that right on the actual crease. And I'm not gonna bring it up like I did the gray shade. Okay, that looks pretty good. And then for the black shadow, I'm gonna switch to kind of a shader brush like this, and this black stick shadow from NARS that I really like. So I'm just gonna run that on the lid, kind of use it as a eyeshadow primer as well. This isn't like a really deep black shade, but I figure if I use that as a base, I can kind of blend it out with the matte shadow. It's kind of a sheer black. I've tried to use it in the past as well with other multi-chromes and stuff, and it could definitely be a little bit more pigmented than it is, but rather I guess do this than have to deal with something that's too pigmented like the Melt liquid shadow primers. Those are really kind of tough to work with. So now I'm going to take this flat brush that I used to blend out the eyeshadow stick, and I'm just going to press the black eyeshadow kind of onto the lid and into the crease, but like really keeping it very much low and not bringing it high up like I did the gray or the Arcane shade. Okay, I'm going to take my blending brush and just kind of blend. Take a little bit of the gray and blend a little bit more. That looks so cool and deep. I am kind of here for it. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see that the black is kind of under my crease and then the gray is a little bit above my crease, but I didn't bring the black eyeshadow onto my crease. as soon as I start blending black eyeshadow on my crease, that's when it starts to look like I have a black eye, which is not the vibe for a smoky eye look. Now I'm like really thinking I should play with colors because I know that any of these kind of multi-chrome shades will look so beautiful on top of this dark eye look I have going at the moment. So I think I might change my mind as per usual, and I think I'm going to use Conjure on the lid. I think that's going to look beautiful. So this is kind of like a flat brush from Lunar Beauty that I used for the matte shadow, and I'm just going to pick up a good amount on my brush, and I'm just going to take my Glamlite spray that I always use to spray my eyeshadows. I'm going to saturate that brush really well and just watch this because it's going to be so beautiful. Oh my goodness, that shadow has so many beautiful purple and blue sparkles and so stunning. Yeah, this is definitely a gorgeous like smoky eye palette if you ask me. I love it. I'm just giving it a good hefty spray because I don't want there to be fallout from the shimmer. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. That is so pretty. I'm going to take a little bit of Hex, which is a beautiful iridescent, and I know that's just going to like pull some more sparkles, but it has like green sparkles, and I'm just putting a little bit on. Again, just keeping it on the actual lid, not bringing it into the crease. I better stop because I'm kind of obsessed. So I'm going to throw on some black eyeliner and finish up this look off camera. But before I go, I want to go ahead and try on the black liquid lipstick from Lethal Cosmetics. So this is part of the collection and it's called Abyss. So let me go ahead and line my lips really quick. I do have a black lip liner courtesy of Unearthly, so let's do that really quick. If you guys are ever placing an order on the Unearthly website, they have some awesome lip liners. And of course they have some unique shades and they're so affordable. So please do yourself a favor and try one of their lip liners. I freaking love these lip liners. I can't say enough good things about them. But let's go ahead and try the liquid lipstick. Wow, this is a really good black liquid lipstick. It was so opaque with not a lot of product. I'm just going to see how well it does on the dry down because if it dries down perfectly matte, then I'm going to be so excited about it. And I also realized that I actually have eyeliners because there's these beautiful multi-chrome liners that come as part of this collection. So I'm going to use one of these in my waterline. And there's also mascaras that are a part of this collection. I requested not to get those because I don't like the Lethal mascara, but I'm very excited to try these pencil eyeliners. So they look like this. Of course, I'll have swatches for you guys when you're watching the swatch portion of the video, but I'm just trying these out for the first time. And I don't think Lethal's ever done pencil liners. They are twist ups, and I'm just going to use kind of the bluer shade. I don't know if this is going to work for me actually because I really wanted to use like a black liner. So maybe I'm going to regret the idea of using a multi-chrome liner, but it is a really pretty color. Okay friends, so here is the finished look with the Spellcraft palette. I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of obsessed with myself right now because this is the Halloween palette that I didn't really get to try, and oh my gosh, it's so stunning. So let me tell you really quick what else is on my face today in case you guys are curious. I do need you to run out and go buy this highlighter. I just tried this on for the first time. You'll see this posted as a reel, but this is from the Unearthly Just to Taste collection, and this is the highlighter that's part of the collection. This is gorgeous. I was actually shocked. Look at it. There's like beautiful red pearls in it, and so it almost changes into like a blush topper right here when you swirl your brush into it. So I'm super duper stoked for this highlighter, and you can get it on the Unearthly website. For bronzer, I'm wearing my Chanel bronzer and the Hoola shade in Caramel. I'm pretty much wearing all the same things I was wearing in the Wicked Widow video because I just want to try some of this stuff out. So I'm wearing the Easy Blur foundation again, the Danessa Myricks concealer, my Sigma color corrector, Makeup by Mario powder, and my blush is the Dior Backstage blush in the shade Bronze Glow. This is the most beautiful brown blush, one of the most beautiful, I should say. It's so beautiful. It has like a shimmer to it as well, so I think it's gorgeous. And then you did see me use the black liquid lipstick from the Spellcraft collection to finish off this look, and I really like this liquid lipstick as well. So that is everything that I used to create this look. Now let's go ahead and get into another look with another palette. It's time to film look number 3 with the Urban Neutrals palette from Artitude Cosmetics. And if I hadn't done a smoky eye look with my last palette, I would have definitely done a smoky look with this one. I think I'm gonna do a purple look because this has some beautiful shimmers and I can't wait to show you guys. I'm just grabbing a blending brush and I'm gonna go into this shade called Urban. It's a really pretty purple matte. And I'm just gonna windshield micro motion that through the crease. Okay, that purple looks so gorgeous. Okay, so I'm super tempted by this kind of neutrally shimmer shade, but I think I'm going to use this shade called CD, which is a beautiful metallic holo shade, and I think that I'm just really curious about the quality of that shadow. I'm going to take this old Glamlite brush and I'm going to pick that up with it. And as always, we need to give it a nice spray and hold your breath. Oh, that's so pretty. Are you freaking kidding me right now? That is so beautiful. I'm going to take the blending brush and I'm going to go into this shade called Nightlife. It's like a really pretty gray purple shade. And I'm just going to use that to blend out the crease a little bit. Okay, I love how this is looking. I'm going to line the lower lash line quick so I can finish up this look. For eyeliner, I'm wearing the shade Rocco from Glossier. I'm taking this pencil brush and I'm going to go into the shade Central, which is a iridescent white purpley shimmer shadow, and that's going to be the inner corner highlight, of course. It's also got like a really pretty blue shift to it, so it's like shifting blue and purple. And then I'm going to take that same pencil brush, go into the shade Urban, and I'm just going to run that on the lower lash line all the way from the inner corner to the outer corner. Okay, I was able to like blend out the eyeliner a little bit with that too. Now I just want to add a little bit of drama, so I'm going to take a new brush, a clean brush, not a new brush, a clean brush, and I'm going to go into the shade Rooftop, which is a gray shade. It's a really pretty dark gray shade, so I think it's going to be the perfect outer corner for this look. I'm going to grab this BK Beauty brush. I'm going to take a little bit of that purple and just go over the gray a little bit. Ooh, that made it a really pretty purpley gray shade, which I love. That looks so cute. And I'm going to take a little bit more of Nightlife, which is the more lilac-y shade. I like the gray purpley shade, and just kind of blend a little bit more. But ooh, I love how that look is turning out. It's like blended to perfection, at least how I like it to look. So I love that for me. It's like the perfect eye look. I love the shape of it. Everything's looking great. The rest of my makeup is pretty much done. So I just need to spray my face, throw on a mascara and a lip product, and I'll be right back to show you guys the finished look. So this is the finished look, and I could be giving like Barney vibes, but I'm also kind of living for this look. So let me tell you really quick what else is on my face today. So I have a mix of new products and old products too. I really want to highlight are these new ones from Unearthly. I just got a PR package from them, and they sent me the Just a Taste highlighter. This is so beautiful. It's like a pearly highlighter with red splatters in it, and it just gives me the most beautiful like red highlight. So this might be like one of my new obsessions. I'm not saying I'm obsessed with it. I'm saying it's my new obsession. So I might wear it like a bunch of times in the next couple of days. And then I tried the metallic lipsticks from Unearthly. First of all, they have 5 shades. They sent me 4 of the shades, and the packaging is so weighted. I have never felt a lip product this heavy. Maybe my Prada lip products? I don't even know. But these are weighted. They're definitely giving luxury vibes, which I had no idea they were going to be this heavy. I saw the components like on the Unearthly Instagram, but I was really surprised at how nice and weighted these feel. So this is the shade Sire. I believe that's how you say it. And I just love this shade with this eye look. It's like a little too much, but it's also not, because it's like the most beautiful purple and it has the most beautiful shimmer to it, but it's not gritty, it's not dry feeling. It almost feels like a lip balm. It doesn't feel like super matte and dry on my lips, so I love the texture of this lip product. I think Unearthly needs to do like more lipsticks. They don't even have to be metallic, they just need to do more lipsticks. I don't think I have a lot of Unearthly lipsticks. I have their liquid lipsticks or their satin lipsticks, but we need like some bullet lipsticks. This is so nice. So I was pleasantly surprised because I wasn't sure if I was gonna appreciate the colors. And so I started with the purple, and I love this. I can't wait to wear the orange as well because it looks so interesting. But this color is cool. I feel very cool, which doesn't happen very often considering I'm a stay-at-home mom of 2 little toddlers. Anyways, I also finally tried the Dibs product I picked up. I picked this up quite a while ago from Ulta because they started selling Dibs, and I was so curious about this brand because, listen, I was getting so many ads about this brand, so I got it in the shade 5, Ride or Die, and Wing Woman. I will say this bronzer shade is perfect for me. The only thing I wish with these products is that it wasn't double-sided. Like, I get it, but I also wish it wasn't, because for shade 5, like for the bronzer I wanted, this was the blush option, and it's such a bright blush, which I don't mind, but I'm also kind of like trying to experiment with more like neutral blush shades. So kind of wish it was a different blush shade, but the blush was very pigmented. The bronzer was beautiful. I actually filmed a reel applying those products, so hopefully that'll go up on my IG, but I did try the brand, so that was exciting. And then I'm wearing just the Hoola Caramel bronzer on top. I'm wearing the NYX Blur Bare with Blur foundation. This was such a good foundation. I think it launched last year, and I really like this one, so I thought I'd wear it. Wearing my Sigma color corrector. And then for concealer, I'm wearing the Live Tinted Concealer. Just haven't used this one in a while, so decided to pull it out of my concealer drawer and put it on today. But that is everything that is a part of this look. Now it's time to get into the last look with the last palette in this 4 palettes 4 looks video. I'm so excited to dive into the Spellbound palette from Jolie Beauty today. I just swatched this, and I think I've determined that I'm going to do a green look. This shimmer shade is so beautiful. It needs to be on my eyes, but I feel like there's a little bit of a theme with this video because all of these palettes are kind of like frosty, smoky, and like blues and purples, so it's kind of a vibe. It was kind of unintentional, except for the Wicked Widow palette. The other 4 palettes 4 looks video I did last week, that one also had like a lot of frosty palettes, so it's just that time of the year, I suppose, and I'm not mad about it because you know I love this type of color story, so very excited to dive in. I think I'm going to go in with the shade called Spiritual right here. It's a pretty aqua blue shade, and I'm just going to grab that on a blending brush and kind of pack it all over the crease. This palette has 28 eyeshadows. It was really hard to swatch. You guys would have already seen the swatches, but the whole time I was swatching it, I was like, I've been doing this for so long. How do I suck so bad at doing 2 rows of swatches? but it is so hard to get them right and get them done nicely. So I don't know, all these like professional swatchers out there, do you just use somebody else's arm? Because I'm left-handed and I swatch on my left hand, but when I do lip swatches or like lipstick swatches, I have to use my right hand to swatch, and it's a whole freaking mess. Anyway, more information than any of you ever wanted, I'm sure. Okay, next I'm gonna go into the shade Vengeance right here. It's a pretty mid-tone green shade, and I'm gonna put that in the crease as well. I wanted to use the shade Spiritual just to kind of like amp up the look, because there's definitely more kind of like mid-tone shades in this palette and more like grungy shades than like pastel-y blues and greens. So I thought I would add that blue just to lighten up my crease a little bit. Okay, next I'm going to go into the shade Jinx, and I might pop a little bit of intervention on the lid as well. We'll see how they look together. Just going to grab a clean flat eyeshadow brush, and I'll start off with the shade, oh, it's Intention, not Intervention. Oh, that's so pretty and sparkly. I love that. Okay, next I'm going to go into Jinx, which is this green, swatched so beautifully. It's not anything like multi-chromy or anything, but oh my god, it's so just buttery the way it's swatched, and that color is like my favorite shade of sparkly green. If I ever get to design an eyeshadow palette, I feel like I'm gonna need a green shade like that in my palette. I'm just waiting for somebody to ask me to do it. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. That's so sparkly and beautiful. Do you guys just get like a high from seeing like a perfectly sparkly eyeshadow? Because I definitely do. Okay, so I used my blue from Pacifica. I love this eyeliner so much. Look at how bright and blue it is in my waterline. I'm going to grab this pencil brush from Sigma, and I'm going to go into the shade called Protection. In this palette, it's like a really pretty sky blue shade. I'm just going to blend that into the lower lash line. That looks so pretty. And then I'm going to go into the shade called White Magic, and that's going to be my inner corner shade, of course. I'm going to use the shade Void to deepen up the outer corner, and here's the shade I used in my lower lash line, and then this is the shade I used in the inner corner because I wasn't holding the palette up, so you might have missed what I was doing there. So let's go into Void with this BK Beauty brush, and I'm just going to pop that in the outer corner. I want the new BK Beauty brushes so bad. I'm so excited for, I think it's the 115 brush, but I want to wait for a sale. They probably won't put it on sale because it's their newer brushes, but I was on TikTok shop yesterday trying to see if they had like some kind of like, it's our new brushes, so we're offering them at like an introductory price on TikTok, because I guess they went viral on TikTok shop, but I haven't seen anything, so if you guys do, let me know. That looks cute. I'm going to take a little bit of Dark Magic, which I think is a pretty black. I need a little bit more depth, so just popping that right on the very edge. This BK Beauty brush was perfection when I filmed with the Urban Glam palette from Artitude, so I wanted to use that same brush to amp up the outer corner in this look as well. Okay, so this is the finished look. What do you guys think? I do need to put on a lip product, and Jolie Beauty did actually send me a liquid lipstick, so we're gonna try it. It's another metallic purple lipstick, so I guess I'll try it with this one. I have the e.l.f. lip oil on right now. I actually bought some of the shimmering lip oils. This is in the shade Candy Coated, kind of a different color for me, but I actually like it. It's like very frosty pink with like really light pink sparkles in it. So I'm kind of digging the vibe of this, but I'm going to swap it out for this one from Jolie Beauty. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this out. I've never tried a lip product from Jolie, and I'm so curious. This is so wild. This totally has a similar vibe to the lipstick I tried yesterday from Unearthly, but it's a completely different formula. So that is so crazy to me that I have two similar purples that are different brands that are a completely different formula. I don't feel like this lip shade really goes with this eyeshadow look, but I did want to try it because the brand kindly sent it to me. I wonder if they have more metallic lipsticks because this is a great formula too. If you like a liquid lipstick, I'm just waiting to see if this dries down and then I'll do the kiss test to see if it transfers or not. But this is the finished look, so I'm going to throw on some mascara and some blush and highlighter, and I'll be right back to show you guys the finished look. Okay, friends, so here is the finished look. What do we think? I am living my best holiday spirited life. So let me tell you really quick what else is on my face today. So I was trying to try more things in my collection. I haven't used this Laura Mercier foundation in a while, so I did decide to pull it out. I wear this in the shade 4W1 Suntan. For concealer, of course, my two favorites, Danessa Myricks and the Color Corrector from Sigma. I'm also wearing two of my favorite bronzers, the Chanel Cream Bronzer as well as the Hourglass. This is the Radiant Bronze Light, and it's the Ambient Lighting Bronzers from Hourglass. These are so beautiful. For blush and highlighter, I have three products. So I started off with Bronze Glow from Dior, and then I went in with Baked Peach from Fenty, and then I wanted a little bit more of a champagne highlight, so I added Sparkling Honey from Sephora collection. So those are the three like blush highlighting products on my face. And then you guys saw me applying the Jolie Beauty liquid lipstick, which is mostly transfer proof. I did drink some coffee just now out of my Starbucks and it barely like transferred onto my cup. So I think that's pretty legit, and it still looks quite sparkly. So this could be a really legit liquid sparkly purple lip product if you guys are on the hunt for that. So yeah, that is the last look. Now let's chat about all four palettes so I can give you guys my pros and cons, tell you which ones I recommend, which one you should skip on, all of the great things. Okay, so now that you've seen all the looks, let's talk about each of these palettes. What do I think? I will say I feel like these three kind of go together in the blue purpley category, and then we have Wicked Widow kind of on its own, but I just had these palettes and I wanted to include them in a video, so I figured I'd bunch them all together. But let's start off with this one first. This is the first palette I used in this set of four, and I will say I think this palette is so beautiful. I was so excited when I saw it, but to have it and see it in person, it's just as beautiful as I thought it was gonna be. And I will say they had a tough job following up the Crow palette, at least for me, because I thought the quality of the Crow palette was amazing. It wasn't like my totally favorite color story, but it was so different that it really caught my attention last year. So I feel like this one really did a good job of following up in the footsteps of that palette, and I think they did a lovely color story here. Very traditional Halloween shades in my opinion, but like I said, I think you can do so many beautiful neutral looks with this palette. Fun greens, really grungy, but you can really mix things up here, and I love it. I love the chaos of this palette, but it's not too much, and I think this is beautiful. Formula is amazing, chef's kiss, beautiful metallics, great mattes, and overall I'm so happy I have this one in my collection. Now I'm pretty much gonna sound like a broken record because, spoiler alert, there's really no bad palette in the next three palettes either. So let's talk about the Lethal palette. When I first saw this palette, when they showed it, I was like, I don't know about that color story. It just doesn't look that interesting to me. But let me tell you, this palette comes alive when you swatch it. The shimmer shades are not messing around. It's a beautiful smoky palette, and I think that if you're shopping around for New Year's Eve looks and you have this one in your arsenal, highly recommend picking it up because I really love the look I did with this one. And yeah, it's a little bit more dark and just like grungier than what I've seen from Lethal recently. So I think this is a really fun addition to their lineup. I also love the size of this. It's so cute, so compact, looks like a little spell book, and yeah, I think it's super cute. They did a really good job with this palette, and I really like the liquid lipstick. I feel like I've tried a lot of their liquid lipsticks and I haven't used them in a while. It was nice to get a new lipstick from them, and I know I'm going to wear this a ton because I've been really into wearing black lipstick. I also think the multi-chrome eyeliners are a fun addition to their lineup, so very excited about getting these in PR, and I can't wait to use them all. So far I've only used one, so I don't have like super rave reviews to give you guys, but overall I think this was a fun addition to their lineup as well. Since they're so well known for their gel eyeliners, I think it was time for them to do some pencil liners, and I hope they do some regular shades as well, like a brown and a black, you know, it's just the everyday shades. But yeah, these are super cute, super fun addition. Next, we have to talk about the Urban Neutrals palette. This palette is so cute, you guys. I am so obsessed with this one. I just feel like the color stories are so cool, and it's a fun theme. It's a holiday release, but it's not really a holiday theme, so this can work year round, and I'm definitely very excited to see what Artitude has in store for next year. I feel like this year I've been thinking a lot about brands that I used to love and I just don't hear from anymore, and it's fun to see new brands come up too. Some brands I'm like bummed that they haven't like kept up the momentum, so I really hope Artitude keeps up with their releases and that they have more releases planned for 2025. The last palette we're chatting about today is the Spellbound palette. This is by far the biggest palette of the series today, and it has pretty much everything you'll need, I suppose, if you're gonna do a look like this one I have on my eyes today. So again, great formula. I love the metallics. I love the mattes. I love that they didn't do a pressed glitter in this one this time, or if they did, I didn't feel like any of these were pressed glitters. They definitely felt like regular metallics. I'm a sucker for big eyeshadow palettes, so of course I love this. I know it's not for everyone, so if you don't like the size of this, you can look at the other palettes, but I love this. I love that they have a pop of green, of course, my favorite. Really like how this eye look turned out. Really love the other products they sent me as well. Obviously, I haven't tried the liquid shadows or the cream shadow, but I think this lipstick is super fun, and I'm so glad they sent it my way. It was really fun to try that formula out. So overall, I think that everybody did really well in this video. I can't say anything bad about any of these palettes, really. I had a lot of fun trying them out. Like I said, I will link everything down below. Any codes, any links I have, you'll find in the description box. Thank you guys so much for hanging with me. If you made it to the end of this video, please let me know which palette was your favorite, which one was your favorite eye look. If you want to rank the 4 palettes, rank them down below in the comments. You guys know I'm super nosy, so I want to know which one you like the most, or if you like them all, let me know that as well. Thank you for hanging with me. I hope you guys had a wonderful week. Happy Friday, and I will see you guys in another video very soon. Bye, friends!